Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Barkis. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what side of the planet you are located. It's early morning here at Flamingo International Airport, also called Bonaire International Airport, located near Kralendijk on the island of Bonaire in the Caribbean Netherlands. This airport is the fourth largest in the Dutch Caribbean. Of course, the largest is Queen Beatrix International, located on Aruba, followed by Princess Juliana International Airport on St. Martin, and by the way, that's our destination this morning. And the third largest is Curaçao International Airport on Curaçao. Bonaire International Airport is now the largest in the Caribbean Netherlands. Now, as for our destination, Princess Juliana International Airport is one of my favorite airports. It's the main airport on the Caribbean island of St. Martin. It's located on the Dutch side of the island in the country of St. Martin, close to the shore of Simpson Bay Lagoon. Now, this island has two sides, the French side and the Dutch side, of course. And Princess Juliana is on the Dutch side. I think on the French side there's a smaller airport, much smaller than Princess Juliana. I think the name is Grand Cas or something along that lines. Now, Princess Juliana has very low altitude flyover landing approaches due to the fact that one of its runway endings, which is the runway 10 specifically, is very, very close to the shore and the famous Maho Beach. Now, the Princess Juliana International is the primary aviation gateway to the island of St. Martin. Okay, now, for those who don't know, Maho Beach is very famous for the visitors, the tourists. Let me set my camera, my camera speed. 1 second. My goodness. Okay, this should be good enough. Yeah, as I was saying, Maho Beach is known for its tourists, because of the proximity to runway 10 of Princess Juliana. Many tourists come there to take selfies with landing aircraft. The landing aircraft are so close it looks like you can touch them. Also, departing aircraft, because of the proximity to the beach, tend to blow people away, so a lot of people have fun hanging onto the fence and getting blown away or blown off their feet by the jet blast coming off of departing aircraft, especially big aircraft like in those days the Boeing 747 and other big aircraft that have huge engines. So today we're going to be departing at 7:20. We're taking off at 7:30, hopefully. And we are going to be flying the Cirrus SF50 Vision Jet by Cirrus Aircraft, but published by FFX for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, a huge shout out to one of the forum members, Ion Minion, who painted this livery. I requested for it and he did paint it, and he did a very nice job. You can head on to his page on the flightsim.to website, and you can drop him a donation for a cup of coffee or something, because he deserves it. He did a wonderful job. Now, without further ado, let's get things going, set things in motion. Now, first I usually get in the cockpit and start the avionics, and then come back out for a walk around. I'm gonna need a flashlight. So, battery 2. Okay. Battery 1, generator 1, generator 2, and we'll let things initialize. The weather radar and the avionics while we head back out to do our walk around. Alright, just shut the door for now. We'll open it back so we can have full access to the underneath. Alright, we'll start from here as quickly as we can. Checking the wheel well, and the nose wheel landing, and also the lights. So that's good. Check the rim. Okay, tire seems to have enough pressure. Alright, unfortunately the flashlight doesn't work outside, so bear with me. Okay, we check the de-ice boot of the left wing, and that seems to be good. No damage anywhere. We check the lens of the landing and strobe clusters and navigation light. Everything is good. Back here we check the static wicks, and they're there. Just general look at the control surfaces, and they're good. Also check the static ports. You can't see it, unfortunately, and the air conditioning exhaust, and those are good. Okay, and we come down and check the wheel, the main landing gear, the rim, the tires, pressure is good, the brake, the hydraulic line, good, and the wheel well, it's clean and clear. Alright, come back out. Of course, that's the air conditioning exhaust, and it's clean. We'll look at the stabilizers. And the rotavators and their trims and the static wicks. And they're all there, including the ones down here. Alright, that's good. Check the static port here and it's good. And while we are here, we might as well load the baggage. It's a family of 4, father, mother, 2 teenage kids. So we're carrying about 155 pounds of luggage. And we can also start the external power. That way we don't drain our batteries. Okay, down here we're gonna check the landing gear, the brake, the tire, the rim, the hydraulic line, the wheel well, and everything is good. Okay. Okay, checking the same things here. Control surfaces, aileron trim, static wicks, and the lens on the lights. That's good. Did the ice boot on the left wing? That's fine. So everything is good. It's a good walk around. Now we head back inside. Just 1 second, I think my graphics card is... Alright, I had to change my graphics card settings because I think I was seeing some artifacts. Anyways, let's close the door. Now we look out at the flags, make sure they turn green. I see those turning green and these ones too, so that's good. Now we can have our seat and take off the capstan and the emergency exit. All right. All right. Now in here, first of all, let's turn on some lights so you can have some illumination here. Good. We'll turn those off later. Alright, first things first, we start with the initialization. The database is available. Okay, system test. We're gonna test for the fire warning and the stall warning. For the fire, we're expecting these 2 lights right here to light up. and the 3 warning signs on the GTCs and the indication on the PFD. For the stall, just the indication on the PFD and the 3 warning light. Alright, sorry, that was my alarm. Okay, beginning the test.
Fire. Fire.
Okay, you see the 3
Fire.
warnings, that
Fire.
indication,
Fire.
and the 2 lights.
Fire.
Okay, for the warning, you see
Stall.
for the stall, you see the 3 lights and the indication here. Alright, that was good. So that's checked. Next, initial fuel. We're going to tell the aircraft how much fuel we have loaded with this fuel on board sync. Okay, that's 224 gallons. That's 1,500 pounds. Alright, and weight and balance. We have me and the wifey 170 pounds each, and the kids 140 pounds each, plus the 33 pounds of the seat. And 3 seats we removed, 155 pounds luggage, and rear storage 10 pounds. So that's good. Now flight plan. Before we do the flight plan, I'm gonna look at an overview. So let's bring up Volanta. Alright, so here's what our route looks like, our route. Now, we are November 2902 Juliet Papa. We're departing from Flamingo International, Tango November Charlie Bravo, or Bravo Oscar November, the IATA code. Our destination is Princess Juliana International, Tango November Charlie Mike, or Sierra X-Ray Mike, IATA. And our alternate airport is the Pointe-à-Pitre-Lorraise. Okay. And the flight briefing is as follows. We are 4,400 pounds. Payload is 680. Fuel required is 1,490 pounds. But we are rounding it up to the next 100, which is 1,500 pounds. That's what we're going to be going with. Takeoff weight is 5830 plus the extra 10 pounds that we're going to be adding. That's going to be 5840. Or say 5841, because our actual zero fuel weight is going to be 4401. Okay, 4,401 pounds. Now, in case I'm over-explaining, that's because of friends and family who are not that aviation savvy, and they like to know these things. Now, zero fuel weight is the weight of the aircraft excluding the fuel. So the weight, the empty weight plus the payload, which is the the passengers and the luggage, that makes up the zero fuel weight. Okay. Alright, so this is our route. We're going to be taking off of runway 10. Our departure is going to be Scapa 1 Romeo. That's the SID, Standard Instrument Departure. All the way to Scapa, and then we take the Lima 335 to Melilla, and there is an airway to Gouda Lima 204, but we're just gonna put direct because there are no waypoints in between. Alright, so to Gouda, and the RNAV 10 approach to Princess Juliana. Alright, now we talked about our cruising altitude is gonna be 31,000 feet, and flight time is 1 hour 57 minutes approximately. Now that's takeoff to landing. It doesn't include the taxis, so if you add 10 minutes each way for taxi, that's gonna be 20 minutes, so 2 hours and 17 minutes. Okay, distance is 520 nautical miles. All right, steps. We're not going to be stepping. It's just going to be flight level 310, 31,000 all the way. All right, and next is the times. Already talked about the weight. So times, departing from the ramp 11:20 Zulu, which is 7:20 local time, and takeoff scheduled for 11:30 Zulu, 7:30 local. Landing at Princess Juliana scheduled for 9:25 local, 13:25 Zulu. And taxi in at the ramp scheduled for 13:35 Zulu, 9:35 a.m. local time. So total flight block time is gonna be 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's the schedule, but they're expecting us to be 2 minutes late. Okay, and that's that. All right, not to bore you too much with the whole documentation, but that's the profile, the flight profile, vertical. Of course, we're going to be flying over water for the most part, and the lands are very low land, so okay. And of course, needless to say that this is shrunk, otherwise it will not fit. We would need about 20 sheets of paper laid side by side for the length to fit. So it's been shrunk. It's not to scale. All right. So that's that. Now let's look at Navigraph. And this is what our flight looks like. Scapa 1 Romeo to Scapa. We're gonna have a 13 knot headwind. Wow. And on landing we're gonna have 9 knot headwind and 4 knots crosswind. Okay, so this is the SID, the magenta part of the flight plan. We're gonna take off and continue runway heading until Amuksa, then make a left turn direct to Itrix, direct to Scapa, right here. And from Scapa we get on the 335 airway to Melisa and then to Gouda. Of course, Gouda is the beginning of the approach. So looking at the approach, we need to cross Avaki at 2600. And for missed approach, we make, okay, we'll get to that. All right, so vertically, cross Avaki at 2600 feet, descend to 1700 to cross Lesor and hope to catch the glide path, and it's a standard glide path of 3 degrees. Now at Mapon is the missed approach point. That's 2 miles from the runway. If we're going to make a decision whether we're continuing with the landing or we're going to go missed, maybe if we do not see the runway by this point. But the weather is going to be clear, so we're going to be seeing the runway. But just in case, if we go missed, it's going to be right turn to 4,000 feet and direct to onbed. As you can see here, onbed is here, so slight right turn and direct to onbed, climbing 4,000. All right, so that's in a nutshell. And our minimums are going to be 700 feet. So I think that's all there is to know here. Transition altitude at Princess Juliana is going to be 5,000 feet. Transition level 6,500 up. Flight level 65. So I'm going to remove that. Now for here at Bonaire, the SID does not have any charts. So nothing to display. But for the transition altitude and level, I'm just gonna load some random approach charts because that's where you have those. So looks transition level is 2500. Transition altitude 2500. Transition level is gonna be flight level 40 or 4000 feet. Okay, and that's about that. Take that off. We're not flying with any ATC, so alright, and since we're parked here, we're gonna be taxiing out. Actually, it will be better seen here. So we're gonna be taxiing out runway taxiway Charlie, getting on the runway, going backtracking just a little bit and make a U-turn to come to the threshold. As for our destination, you take a look. Here is the island of St. Martin. Half of it, I think, approximately somewhere here. That's the French side, that's the Dutch side. Now, I believe this is the Simpson Bay Lagoon. And now take a look. See, this is runway 10. You can see how close it is to the Maho Beach right here. You can even see a lot of people standing here. Some of them are on the fence. The fence is here, waiting for departing aircraft to blow them with hot air. If you don't hold on, you fall into the water. So that's what it looks like. Anyways, not that it matters, but just for those who might have that question. All right, center this again. Okay, so that's that. Now let's put everything into the aircraft, configure our flight plan and stuff. I'm gonna put this on the side so that you can follow along. Bring up Navigraph again. All right. Okay, airport origin, origin is gonna be Tango November Charlie Bravo, which is Flamingo International. Destination is Tango November Charlie Mike, which is Princess Juliana International. Okay, now next is the procedure. We're going to be doing the Scapa 1 Romeo departure. I think this is chronological. So Scapa 1 Romeo right here. Okay, it's going to be runway 10, direction to Amuksa, to Itrix, to Scapa. That's correct, so load that. And now we put the approach last. We don't have any arrival, so we go back out and do the main portion of the route. So from Scapa we enter the airway Lima 335 and the exit is at Melissa. Okay, and load the airway. Okay, now go back to the procedure and enter the approach. Approach is and just in case you're wondering why I am doing this, the next route is Gouda, and it's a part of the approach. That's why we didn't enter it, just the same way we didn't enter Scapa. Alright, so transition is gonna be Gouda. Alright, Everything is good. Gouda, Avaki, Lesor, Mapon, and runway 10. That's correct. Alright, load that and come back out. Now we're gonna enter the altitude restrictions. Avaki, we have 2600. And Lesor, we have 1700. Okay, that's good. Now enable VNAV. That should be that for the route. So the route is done. Now we're going to look at the synoptics. Takeoff distance, we're going to need only 1966 feet. The runway is about 10,000 feet, if I remember correctly. This is our takeoff weight, 5901 pounds. And everything here is good. We have enough oxygen. That's emergency oxygen, 1600 psi. And of course it's closed. We have enough de-ice or anti-ice fluid. Baggage doors closed, cabin doors closed, parking brake is on. Alright, let's go back to engine and fuel. Alright, everything is good based on the situation right now. So electric pump is off, fuel pressure is low. That's obviously understandable why. Alright, for the tanks we have our fuel here. Alright, everything is fine. So next we're gonna do the pre-flight checklist. Before engine start, not pre-flight. So pre-flight inspection has been done. Doors are closed. Parking brake is on. Batteries 1 and 2 are on. Generators 1 and 2 on. External GPU is on. We're going to be turning it off soon. FADEC is on channel A. Alright. Now, this is what we do during the engine start. So I'm going to check them all off before we start. Alright. So, first thing we do is we turn the engine knob to run. We can hear the fuel pump coming on. And we can also see it displayed here. And on the synoptics page, you can see that fuel pressure is now normal and electric pump is on. So that's good. Now let's put on our headsets. Okay. So for the engine start, we press the start-stop button. I have it mapped to my hostess. Okay, looking at the engine parameters, N1% is good, N2 rising, ITT temperature is good, oil temperature is good, oil pressure is good, N2 is now good. Alright, we're feeding from the right tank. It's going to be alternating because it's set to auto. Alright, and next. Master oxygen to on, and it tests itself. It's good. Fresh bleed switch to bleed. This should be bleed. It's going to be corrected in a later update. Probe heat we're going to leave off for now. Engine IPS we're going to turn on, and the wing we leave off unless we have icing. Okay. Now ECS panel, we set it. Enable ECS and set to auto for air conditioning and for pressurization. Turn on the defog for the windows. Initial altitude we're gonna set to 31,000. We're gonna be climbing direct, unrestricted. So set this to 31,000. Okay, and initial heading is gonna be runway heading. We'll put it at 104 degrees. Okay, 104. Now we can remove the synoptics. Okay, speed bugs, we're gonna set the VR and the VY. That's what we're gonna be needing. Not yet. Timers. Okay. I'm gonna remove the external power. Okay. So, continuing with the engine start checklist. EIS checked. Engine IPS on, ECS control panel is set, external GPU is disconnected, oxygen master switch is on, avionics initialization is complete, flaps 50%, and oh, hold on, I think my controls are conflicting. Let's take care of that real quick. Alright, that's done, so bring this back to 50%. Alright, so trim would set on 6 degrees. Alright, and roll trim is centered. Okay, also we will check our flight controls. Aft, forward, left, right, and the rudder, left and right. So that's good. We can remove the parking brake now. Okay, take this off for now. Now cap spin, we've removed, passengers have been briefed, seats are secure, bleed switch is on bleed. Okay. Now before taxi, common nav GPS been set. It is clearance. Hold on. Okay, we're on 1014 hectopascals. Altimeter set. Transponder set. Heading and initial altitude set. Flight controls free and correct. Trim 6 degrees. Flaps 50%. Roll trim is set. Toga button. You can press that now. Okay. CAS messages. Nothing except the probe heat. Seats are secure. Upright. Parking brake is released. Brakes will check when we're taxiing. Alright, what time is it? 7:09. Okay, we have 11 minutes to go. That's good. Okay, so everything is... oh, we did not turn on the strobes before the engine start. Oh my goodness. Alright. Okay, that's the only mistake. Every other thing is fine. Okay, so we can begin our taxi. Alright, we are gonna start taxiing. Check the time again, 7:19, 1 minute to go. I'm just trying to leave at the exact time, you know, just so that we can, just for the fun of it. Okay, we're gonna taxiway Charlie, and taxiway Charlie, and backtrack on the runway. All right, let's go. Landing lights on. Okay, and the brake is working. Alright, before takeoff, departure briefing complete. Landing lights on, probe heat. We can turn on the probe heat right now. Okay. Engine IPS is as required, it's on. Wings tab off, CAS messages, nothing. Trim 6. Flaps 50. Takeoff emergency battery CAS message is not displayed. Okay, multifunction we have configured. Before takeoff checklist complete. Normal takeoff, gonna check these off because we're gonna be doing them during takeoff. Alright, next is climb. We'll deal with that when we are in the climb. Alright, we should be good to go. Alright, we've been cleared onto the runway to backtrack and line up. can set the time. We'll start the time. Okay, and here we go. And rotate. Positive rate, gear up. And flaps up. And autopilot. Auto throttle and climb. Alright, we took off a little earlier than 7:30, but let's, let me see, what time is it right now? 7:25. Okay, we're 5 minutes earlier than scheduled. Alright, I stopped the time because when you're replaying, the time keeps counting, so anyways. So we are basically about to just take off 6 minutes here. That's our time. Now, climb checklist coming up. Thrust lever is on MCT. Engine parameters are okay. Cabin pressure is good and rising. And ice protections as required. Altimeter transition we're gonna set to standard barrel since we're doing a continuous climb. Okay, climb checklist is complete. Next is gonna be the cruise. Alright, everything is good, and it's gonna be only water here, so I'll see you guys at the top of descent, top of climb. Hi again, everyone. We are almost at our top of climb. Just remember that this time is not really accurate, so it's like maybe 20 something minutes, and 300 feet to go approximately. And here we are. We're gonna start descending in about 1 hour and 6 minutes. Gonna check the synoptics for the last time, for one more time. All right. Okay, I'll see you guys at the top of descent for part 2. This is gonna be the end of part 1. Alright, this is the Barkis signing off.